When you need to send the perfect rose bouquet, only one brand can say they've been the floral authority for 50 years. 1-800-Flowers. Why should you trust 1-800-Flowers? They hand-select every stem to ensure top quality. And with nationwide delivery, smiles and satisfaction are 100% guaranteed. And right now, when you order a dozen multicolored roses, we'll double it at no extra cost. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Order today at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Hey listeners, this is Peter, and welcome back to the History Shorts. Today's episode is brought to you by the Podcast Republic, your ultimate listening app. Discover and subscribe to thousands of podcasts from around the world. Download Podcast Republic today, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Today on History Shorts. It is late at night in Loveland, Ohio, March 1972. A police officer named Ray Shockey is driving alongside Riverside Road, a dark two-lane route that runs alongside the Little Miami River. His headlights catch something in the road ahead, so he slows down. What he sees, crouched at the roadside, then rising and moving toward the guardrail, is described as roughly 4 feet tall, weighing somewhere between 50 and 75 pounds, standing upright, but with the face of a frog. It scrambles over the guardrail and then disappears into the river below. Shockey drives to the police station and files his report. 2 weeks later, a second officer named Mark Matthews sees something similar in almost the same location. So he stops his cruiser and gets out, and then he shoots at it. The Loveland Frogman had arrived, officially, inexplicably, and with a staying power that no one in Loveland, Ohio, entirely expected. Our history brief today returns to some strange history. A quick word from our sponsors.
Tired of your car insurance rate going up, even with a clean driving record? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/Libsyn today. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.
This day in history. On April 16, 1947, a massive explosion aboard the ship in Texas City triggered one of the deadliest industrial disasters in U.S. history, killing hundreds and devastating the surrounding area. On April 16, 2007, a shooting at Virginia Tech claimed the lives of 32 people, becoming one of the deadliest school shootings in American history and sparking national conversations about gun violence and campus safety. Story of the day. Loveland is a small city about 20 miles northeast of Cincinnati, sitting along the Little Miami River in a landscape of wooded hills and quiet suburban streets. It is, by most measures, an unremarkable place, which is precisely why what allegedly happened there has stuck around for more than 50 years. The 1972 sightings were not the beginning of this story. The first reported encounter with something frog-like near Loveland actually dates to 1955, when a businessman whose name was never publicly confirmed claimed to have seen 3 bipedal creatures crouching under a bridge. They were, according to his account in the 50s, roughly human in shape, 3 to 4 feet tall, with leathery skin and frog-like faces. One of them was allegedly holding a device that emitted some form of sparks. This detail tends to divide listeners into 2 camps: those who find it intriguingly specific and those who find it a reliable indicator that the witness had an eventful evening for other reasons entirely. The 1955 account circulated locally but never gained much traction. It would take the 1972 police reports to turn the Frogman from a curious rumor into a full-blown legend. Ray Shockey's sighting in March of 1972 is the one that anchors the story, and for simple reason. He was a police officer filing an official report with no obvious incentive to invent a frog creature. His account was detailed and consistent. He described the figure crouching in the road, rising to an upright position, and then moving with deliberate speed toward the guardrail before dropping into the river. He estimated its height, as I mentioned, at 3 to 4 feet. He noted the leathery or scaly texture of what he could see, at least. And he did not claim to have seen a monster. He claimed to have seen something that he just could not explain. The follow up sighting by Officer Matthews 2 weeks later seemed to corroborate the general shape of Shockey's account, a bipedal creature of similar description in the same general area. Matthews, however, added a detail that would eventually complicate the legend considerably. He shot at the creature, and he later told investigators that he believed that he had wounded it. When asked in subsequent years about the incident, Matthews revised his account in ways that undercut the most dramatic interpretations. He then suggested that the creature may have been a large iguana, escaped from someone's exotic pet collection, tail possibly damaged, moving awkwardly in a way that might have resembled upright locomotion to a startled observer on a dark road. He later said publicly that the Frogman legend had grown far beyond what the evidence supported, and that he regretted the attention that it had attracted. By this point, however, it didn't matter. The Loveland Frogman had entered the folklore ecosystem, and folklore ecosystems are not known for their responsiveness to corrections. The story spread through Ohio, and then appeared in collections of regional monster lore alongside the Mothman, the Ohio Grassman, and other entities in a crowded field of American unknown creatures. Local interest was sustained by the occasional additional sighting, none as well documented, however, as the 1972 police reports. Most of the other ones arrived as second or third hand accounts with very murky provenance. In 2016, two people playing Pokemon Go near the Little Miami River reported seeing a large frog like creature walk upright from the water and then disappear into the trees. And they took a photograph. The photograph shows something blurry near some trees. It is, as photographic evidence goes, not compelling at all. But it generated significant media attention, which is how these things tend to work. So, what does the skeptical view actually offer as an explanation? Several things, none of them mutually exclusive. Large reptiles, iguanas, monitor lizards, or even oversized snapping turtles disturbed from riverbank habitat can move in ways that are startling and disorienting to someone encountering them unexpectedly at night. The human brain is extraordinarily good at pattern recognition and extraordinarily prone to error under conditions of low light, surprise, and stress. Police encountering something unexpected on a dark road at night is not immune to perceptual distortion. None of this means that Shockey or Matthews were lying, of course. It just means that what people see and what is actually there can diverge in genuinely interesting ways, and that the honest position is neither credulous acceptance nor dismissive ridicule. Something was on that road in March of 1972. We know that. What it was, however, remains technically unresolved. The Loveland Frogman has become, in the decades since, a point of genuine civic pride for a city that might otherwise be best known for its proximity to Cincinnati. There is Frogman merchandise. There are Frogman tours. The creature appears on local murals and in local humor with a warmth that suggests Loveland has made its peace with its strange reputation. This too is worth noting. The life of a legend is not just about what witnesses saw on a dark road. It is about what a community does with a story, how it becomes part of the identity of a place, how it draws people in, how it gives a town a mythology when most towns have none. Loveland, Ohio has a frogman. Most places don't have anything. The History Brief. The following comes to us from Strange History by the editors of the Portable Press. On May 9th, 1962, a cow in Iowa named Fawn was picked up by a tornado and flew through the air for a few minutes before landing softly and safely at a nearby farm a half-mile away. The flight is believed to be the longest, but not the first, unassisted solo cow flight in recorded history. Fawn landed in the pen of a Holstein bull at a neighboring farm before she successfully wandered home. The brief encounter, I should say, resulted in a calf. Amazingly, Fawn had a chance to beat her own record. In 1967, she was out grazing on a country road and was caught up in another tornado. She flew over a busload of gawking tourists and landed safely on the other side of the road. From then on, Fawn's owner locked her up whenever there was a storm coming. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today and helping make this little show such a mighty success. If you are enjoying this show and would like to help with its production, you can always donate a few dollars at buymeacoffee.com or become a Patreon member to enjoy these episodes ad-free. Both links can be found on our website at www.historyshortspodcast.com. And don't forget to look for us on YouTube. Have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you all again tomorrow.